Do you think that there's something in your family tree that said this, that, you feel like you inherited some of your creative?
I definitely think that the poet, the poet in me came from my mom's mom. I'm pretty sure, and I don't know if I took it any further than she took it. But she was she was very interesting. I brought in case you ask me about my history, I brought a poem that I would love to share with people. Can I read that?
Please.
So my grandmother, Letty Lorraine, was from Oklahoma, and I think her education ended in the 8th grade. But this was 1923, and she's 15 years of age. And I want to read this because I take my hat off to my grandmother, because she was, and I only got to know her till I was 10. She died of ALS at like 56 or something. But so remember that she wrote this at 15 in Oklahoma. I think she's probably not quite half Native American and totally, Oklahoma poor back in the 20s. But she met this man that was my grandfather. He was 20 years older than her, and he was a farmer. And the title's The Man I Married. I want to marry a man of the land, but not yet, Albert. Please understand, I love the bass frog's rolling song and jazzy crickets, but still I long for symphonies and a loud swing band before I marry myself to the land. I love the silence, but I want noise. I love you, Albert, but I want boys who send me flowers and wear a coat and talk about me instead of the goat that died last night. I like smoked meat, sweet corn, and greens, but I want to eat a lobster salad and taste some wine in restaurants where the rich folks dine. Our trees are tall, but not so high as buildings pricking holes in the sky. And this is why I've got to go to town to spend a day or so. Why, Albert, you're asleep. The day was hard. The tractor broke. I love him, God, but to keep it so, I've got to make some memories that I can take through winter nights when fire logs pop and tired men sleep or talk of the crop. God, Albert doesn't see, but you understand. A woman wants stars mixed in with the land. She was 15 and about to marry a man 20 years older than her, and I go, and she was quite a something. So we cheated at cards when with ALS, she could no longer talk and she could barely move her hands. But we played cards and we cheated and we'd pass cards around the table and laugh on it. We just laugh. So anyway, yeah, I got it from my grandma.
There you go.
That answer.
And that was your mother's mom?
Yeah.
I had the pleasure, meeting your mom years ago, and she's a special lady. What's your mom's favorite Steve Fisher song?
Wow, she loves them. She loves them all, and lately, I can play her any of the old songs, and she doesn't remember them anymore. But for the longest time, she would listen to my songs to go to sleep every night. And it'd be hard for me to say what's one of her favorites.
If you were going to play her one now, what would it be?
Wow. Okay. I think this might be right up there near the top because of, let me do this. Where would I do it? Here? Yeah. She gets a big nod in this song. And forgive me if this capo pops off in the middle of the song. We'll see how it goes. Oh, well, here's something interesting about this song. This song pretty much gives away how I write songs.
Good.
I pick up the guitar and I walk outside, and usually it's nighttime. And this is if I've got something stirring and I've been inspired by something. I have to kind of feel a song coming on. When I feel one coming on, I'll just kind of like try to block out some time. But this song came from living in Texas and taking my guitar out into this horse pasture you know, like 1 o'clock at night and writing the song. I just got through helping a friend of mine and his wife build a house, and he had torn up his shoulder, and then his shoulder was on the mend. Well, Johnny's on the mend now, and Kathy is too. With 40 acres and a tractor for a mule, why, it's a dream come true. Scotty, he's a dad these days. His little girl, why, she's a dream. And don't you know that in her eyes he is a king? Millie's up in Kansas somewhere, and old Levi's in the stars, and Bill, he's off in Illinois, he's down on the farm. Yeah, and here I am at 2 a.m. and the words come slow. There's just this life washing over me, and all I know, my dad likes to go fishing with both of my brothers who live on the family land. And though they don't talk much these days, still they'll work hand in hand. My mom is like a cloudless day, early in the fall. She's a sweet little Indian summer come to call. Oh, here I am at 3 a.m. and the words come slow. It's just this love that's washing over me, and all I know is there are lilies in the valley, and you can see them in bloom all through that dead of winter, clear on past June. But here I am gone 44 years, maybe not much to show, no, except a handful of these lines I wrote down and the folks I know. And Brian's gone to Oregon, gone. I don't see him enough. And to Miss Sweet Dina Marie, tonight wherever you might be, well, I send my love. And here I am gone more than 60 years, maybe not much to show, except a handful of these lines I wrote down and the folks I know. Lilies in the valley, oh, all of them. Lilies in the valley, and Johnny's on the mend.